In this lesson, we're going to take everything you've learned so far, notes, lines, bar lines, final bar lines, measures, and put it all together so you can start to see what music actually looks like.
Using pages from my #1 bestseller book, The Best Music Theory Book for Beginners, that sold over 5,000 copies. My name is Dan Spencer. I'm your music mentor. The full playlist with over 100 music theory lessons is in the video description. I recommend watching them in order. And now, back to the lesson.
So first, let's look at our measures. In this example, we have measures of 4, which means there's going to be 4 notes or 4 counts in every measure. You can see we have 4 measures total. We have measure 1 is here, measure 2 is here, 3 is here, measure 4 is here. And to keep things super simple, it's not on the staff, it's on a single line. And to keep things simple, the notes are on a single line instead of on the staff. Now you can see that in each measure, there are 4 quarter notes in every single measure. 4 quarter notes. Each one of those quarter notes is going to get a beat, a click, or a count of 1, 2, 3, or 4. Notice that in every measure, when we finish the measure and we get to the bar line, so here in this measure, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. We get to the bar line, and then what happens is we start over from 1 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get to the bar line. What happens? We start again from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Every single time. So every time we get to a bar line, we're going to start counting 1 again. So when you were doing your clapping and counting examples, and you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, that second 1 would be in the next measure, or the next after in the next measure, or you can think about it as being after the bar line. So I'm going to clap and count this example here. And I think what is interesting to look at is that, sure, there's going to be 16 clicks of the metronome. The metronome is going to click 16 times. But over those 16 clicks, over those 16 counts, I'm not going to be counting to 16. I'm going to be counting to 4. I'm going to count to 4. I'm going to count to 4. I'm going to count to 4 4 times. And 4 times 4 is, well, it's 16. So this is what this would sound like. So getting the pulse, then I'm going to give myself a count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. So there were 16 claps. There were 16 counts total. But every time I looped around, every time I finished a measure, went back to 1. Now we can see the same pattern show up in measures of 3. In measures of 3, the only difference is that there are not 4 counts, or there's not 4 quarter notes in each measure. There's 3 counts, or there's 3 quarter notes in each measure. But you can still see everything's working exactly the same. There are 4 measures. There is a final bar line. There are bar lines in between each measure, and the first measure does not have a bar line to the left of it. Now the difference here is, instead of there being 16 counts over 4 measures, there's only going to be 12 counts over these 4 measures, because I'm going to be counting to 3 4 times instead of 4 times in a row. Every time we get to a bar line, we start the count new at 1 every single time. So this is what this would sound like. Giving myself a count in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Measure 2. 1, 2, 3. Measure 3. 1, 2, 3. Measure 4. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So that was 12 claps or 12 counts. But every time we got to a new measure, we started over at 1. I will see you in the next lesson. Oh, but it's not over yet. Click here to watch the next video lesson, or up here for the full video playlist.